What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast, man. I got a special guest here today. I've been doing some research on him. Very intelligent young man, but we not here for me. We're here to hear his story, though. What's up, big dog?
What's up, man?
Man, what's your name? Tell everybody your name and what is it that you do?
I am Jeremy Baptiste,
Come on.
and I do a lot of things, but currently I'm focused on life coaching in the sector of um, recovery
Okay.
and positive living, and then health and fitness. I come from a sports medicine background.
Okay.
Worked at some of the top echelon gyms
I
over the
love
years
it.
in New York and LA. And I really enjoy empowering people and seeing the transformation in people. But the one thing that I noticed in a lot of folks is if the mental's not right,
It ain't.
it don't matter how disciplined and stuff you are.
Ooh,
You
that's
know what I mean?
good. That's good.
Yeah. And the motivation, it sticks around for a bit until it doesn't. So it's like we got to get that mental right. And so
Yes.
I started focusing all my efforts into coaching. And the best thing about coaching is I'm not here to guide or lead or anything
Come
like
on.
that. I'm just trying to pull out the best in you.
Ooh,
That's it.
I
It's
like
already
that.
there.
It's there.
It's in the heart. You know what I
Ooh.
mean? So it's just let me find the language that I got to kind of pull out
Oh, I
your
like
own
that.
words.
I like that. I like that. So when you say find the language,
Mhm.
because this is the thing about coaching, whether it's life coaching, whether it's training somebody to be a better athlete, it starts with the mindset.
Big time.
So mindset over everything.
Mindset over everything. Man, what you think about, you
Yes.
bring about.
Cool. Come on.
So, and then what you speak, you spell. So you need to
Ooh.
make sure that all the things that's running in your mind from day to day is a script of the life you want to be experiencing. If you've got anything outside of that,
Come on.
you're going to just be manifesting things that basically, let's just say like you have an automated dialogue that was built by the world from all your defense
Ooh,
mechanisms,
come on,
right?
come on, talk to
What's
me.
going to happen is you're going to be manifesting experiences that you don't want to experience.
That's true.
So you need to get into deliberate manifesting, which what that looks like is what I say to myself and how I speak to the world outside of me.
Ooh.
People, things, everything.
Yes. So this is the thing though, because I'm really big on. You just said something. What you speak is. You said what you spell is what you speak.
What you speak, you spell.
Ooh. So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that seems like a terminology people need to know more about though.
Big time.
So explain that in more detail.
Well, the dialogue that is running in your mind, the things that you say to yourself, you're eventually going to say it out loud. It's going to come out in your speech. It's going to come out how you talk to people.
Okay.
If you generally have a negative mindset because you're victimizing yourself, right? Because of the way life has, the way the cards were dealt for you in life.
I got you.
You're going to speak in a way that's going to have some cynicism, some sarcasm, some other things in there, right? And you might think that it's funny, and that might be the way you relate to the world and how you connect with people. But the problem is the true essence of what you want to attract in your life, you're pushing it away just as fast as you think about it because of that cynicism, right? All you are is a magnet, and your heart space and your mind space is the magnet. So you want to have a positive mindset and a negative heart space, meaning light heart.
Ooh.
And once you have that, then what happens is that you begin to attract things deliberately.
I like
right?
that. I like
and
that.
it ain't gonna come overnight. You want $1 million? It ain't gonna come overnight. But if you build the roadmap and the structured dialogue,
ooh, that's good.
Every single day, you begin to do the footwork that takes you to the bridge that gets you to $1 million, right? And that's deliberate manifesting, right? You got to have the vision. You got to be able to say it loud and clear.
Yes. You know what? And this I try to tell people this. I'm really big on where I'm at today. I already seen it. All right. People are waiting to get there to see it. I'm like, how you waiting to get there to see it when how you gonna get there? This is the thing I love about the GPS mindset.
Yes.
Let's talk about the GPS mindset. The GPS, if I live on one side of Houston trying to get to the next side, now the GPS is a mentor.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Now, to get there longer, if I'm trying to go from this area to the southwest, I can go two ways.
Yep.
I can go the long way, or I can go the paid way.
That's right.
Ooh, let's talk about why it's important to have a mentor and paying somebody versus going the way you think you should go.
The thing is, the reason why you want to pay to get outside, outsourcing all of that other stuff is because you don't know what you don't know.
Ooh,
and there's
that's good.
always a professional. Like when you try to do everything yourself, especially when you don't have any background in it,
Come
that
on.
arrogance is already going to knock you on your butt.
Oh, come on. Pride before the fall.
You can't do everything by yourself. And everybody wants to believe, not everybody, but the people that get stuck in the rut of believing they can do everything
Come on.
and that they don't need anybody, you fall into pitfalls, and you're most likely going to fail, especially from an entrepreneurial sense. You must understand outsourcing, and that is a vital aspect of growth.
And I think a lot of times people go and say, "Oh man, you know, I'm gonna learn my own way. I'm gonna do it my own." I'm like, bro, if the tire is round, why would you try to make it square and go put it on a car when for years it's been working?
Yeah, that's right.
So I think the whole mindset of people need mentors is when people pay, they pay attention.
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly right. Yeah.
So when they pay attention. So the investment in you is so important to who you are as a person. So I just think it starts with, so how did you get to where you at today, mindset wise? Like, what made you become the person you are today?
Well, oh boy, that gets it gets dark. But
come on.
One of the main things, about my life is I always had this fearlessness and this curiosity about life. And when I got knocked down, I'd cry about it a little bit, or I'd stay in these funks when I was younger. But I had a resilience when I was younger where, like, I wasn't tainted by it. I didn't have heartbreak and all those other things.
Okay.
Right. And those things gave me a fearlessness. And when I was 19, I had my own nightclub promoting business.
Okay.
And I was making bank doing that in Los Angeles and New York. And I built it off of like building HTML codes on MySpace and all this stuff. And I just figured it out in the moment, and I talked to people and I asked people, hey, like, what would you like to see more of? Those types of things. Right?
That's good.
But over time, you get your heart broken, you lose your businesses, you start failing, and you get into the space of where you're afraid to fail, you're afraid to be seen failing, and this puts you in a rut. And then you start getting self-conscious as you get a little bit older, and these things started happening. And then I didn't know how to balance it all, and then I stumbled, and then I fell out of entrepreneurship. I had to like go and get a restaurant job. I had to like do all of the 9 to 5 and all of that other stuff. But that also gave me more ground. Because now I got to learn, like, okay, the people that are running these companies and stuff that I'm now answering to. I'm gaining something because I'm learning something about this internal structure that I didn't have before.
That's good. That's good.
So it humbled me in a way that made me, more aware.
Okay.
And one of the things because I kind of moved different industries, right? I was in the health and wellness industry, but then I was also in the film and entertainment industry.
Okay.
But the one thing that I always said was, I'm going to work every single position in this establishment so I can learn it, but I can also talk to every single person in every single department, because if I begin to run a company like this or have my own thing, I want to be able to speak everybody's language. I want to be able to meet them where they're at. And build with them, and also have their respect and camaraderie. Like, this is not somebody that's just barking orders at me. This is somebody that knows what I also do.
Yes.
And has compassion for it, And that's also a very, very, that is a vital aspect of being an entrepreneur, is like understanding how you need people and how to interact with people. But all of that stuff broke me down to build me back up.
Ooh, that sounds good. I love it.
You must have this humility. You got to kind of have this curiosity and this humility if you really want to be successful in your businesses and stuff move throughout life.
And I think a lot of times people need to understand, like, and I tell people all the time, like, when you're building something, you have to have that foundation right. And a lot of times, some of us want to go into something that don't have a good foundation.
Big time. Yeah.
And so then once the foundation start cracking, now you got to either try to fix it and spend thousands of dollars, or should you just knock the whole house down and start over from scratch and do it the way it was supposed to be done the first time?
You can build your house on sand, or you can build your house on rock.
Come on.
If you build it on rock, it's more than likely going to stand up. Stand up upright. That's important, it's understanding those foundations.
Yes.
And again, having enough humility and not being afraid to start over if you have to. You know what I mean? Like, get it right. And always have this openness. This openness is and this malleability in your mind and your heart space, because growth is the single most important aspect of being an entrepreneur. And like you can get all the success and everything that you want right out of your business, and then start to think it's time to coast.
Of course.
No. It's never time to coast, because you will surely fail if you get into that mindset, right? Yes, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor. There's a difference. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor, but you can also, get into that space of like, hey.
That complacency though, it kills a lot of people though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a mindset. So me constantly, I'm like, man, how can I make my business better? Because I do multiple things though. Yep. So I don't just do podcasts. I don't just do. We have a digital marketing agency. We also help people with websites, products. You seen one of my clients in there. He's building his course out. So we help people build courses. Our mindset is understanding that. I tell people, they say you should have multiple streams of income.
Yes.
But I say you should have multiple streams of passive income too.
Oh, that passive income is everything. That's my main goal. It's like I want to make money while I sleep when I'm older. Like I woke up, check. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a whole nother mindset though. So let's talk about a little bit the film industry, all right?
Yeah.
You went to school for it, huh?
Yeah, I went to school in New York City.
Okay. And what would you learn? You learned the audio or the video side?
So I learned all aspects. So mostly I went into the performing side of it, but the school also had a back end where we learned how to work cameras, we learned how to do the audio, we learned how to edit, we had to learn how to do a lot of other aspects.
What's the hardest one if you had to pick? What's the hardest? The audio, the video, like behind the scenes, or the editing, or the
man, I do think maintaining assets, like getting all the files and stuff organized, and then weeding through it, that is a tedious process.
That really is.
You have to have a certain temperament for that.
Yes.
And I do think that tedious aspect, it turns a lot of people away from it, because when you have to sift through hours of content to find like the right bit, or the right cut.
Yes.
That gets a bit, it can be nerve-wracking for some people, especially people that don't have patience. So for me, I look at that aspect of it as that being the most challenging for me.
So this is the thing, I laugh at a lot. I'm always laughing. Okay, AI is great.
Oh, hey.
But it's not as good as we think it is.
Well, because it doesn't have a soul.
Yeah. And I noticed, I study video, and I noticed I could tell you, I'm the person that will see something that people have, and I'll buy it just to see how they're using it.
Yeah,
that's
good. That's good.
I will buy it because I'm a naturally an editor. I've been editing for 25 years.
Okay.
So I'm 43. So, anyways, I'm like, man, I'm like, I can tell they use this. And so now people trying to use AI to do all their captions, and it looks like everybody else stuff.
Yeah, well,
it's nothing standing out.
And so that's the problem. So the problem with that is cookie cutter, right? Because it's only going to do it in a general sense.
Yes.
AI is smart, but it's not smart in the terms of how to create individuality. Individuality, again, is your soul. It is your personal signature of how you express and how you do things and what your taste is. We're in the early stages of AI. Now, I do believe AI will develop taste, and you can tell it, hey, do this in the style of Wes Anderson or whatever, and it'll do that. But that's a whole other thing, is prompting.
Yes.
Prompting AI does give you the ability to put your signature on it.
Come on.
But again, nothing beats actually like
the human,
the soul aspect. You know what I mean? It's
because I had a guy. He said, "Yeah, I don't need your help to do my website because I just go to AI and it does it." I said, "Yeah, it's gonna look like everybody else's."
Yeah, pretty much.
What I'm saying? It's not gonna have no soul, no individuality to it. It's just gonna have, and that's why I'm like, okay, ChatGPT, I love it.
Yeah,
but like you said, do you know how to prompt it?
Prompt it, man. That's it.
And when you do prompt it, do you know how to take what it has and edit it? So you can do like I do like a two thing, and I'm about to give people the game for free real quick.
Yeah.
ChatGPT with TuneWord.
Oh,
you heard TuneWord?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
So ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Please write me a statement for my YouTube channel.
Yep.
Boom. TuneWord, which is $100 a year. Take what they wrote and put it in there, and it gives you 10 more things that
you know
what
to take and then put it back in. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that people don't know how to properly
utilize
use these tools, bro.
And we're in the early stages of that being developed, right? And there's some excitement behind it, but then there's also a lot of resentment, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in the acting industry. All the actors are striking right now because of AI, right? The writers too, but the writers, they ended their strike. But all of this stuff is all AI was a big aspect of the strike. You know, it's like, how are you going to beat having actual humans in your project? And then how are you going to also now bypass, how are you going to take my face and then
they trying
pay me $35 for it and then use it for eternity? We're not doing it. That's what they're trying to do.
That's crazy.
And you know, as far as AI is concerned, like I said, we're in the early stages of it. It's not going to go away. So I suggest
I embrace it.
Yeah, you embrace
it. I'm embracing it. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you still gonna need people like you, that's life coaches, people that be able to implement something that's personal to help you get to that next level.
That level of creativity that allows you to go the next level. 1,000%. Yeah.
Yes. Man. All right. So there's a word game I like to bring up. Okay. So I'm gonna say 2 words. You tell me, do you need both of them to be successful, or do you need one? Okay. The first 2 words is confidence and cockiness.
Yeah, well, you only need one of those.
You sure?
Well,
you sure? I'm just saying, because I mean, to be great, you gotta have some kind of, I don't know.
So I mean, I don't know.
But if you believe you need one, I'm cool with that.
So I don't know. It depends on how we're defining like cockiness, right?
Okay.
I feel like cockiness can get you into trouble because. Okay. So like I think arrogance for me is probably a different word where I feel like you can have some arrogance because you need a little bit of that. You need a little bit of that edge, right?
Yeah.
But you don't want to be so annoying that you turn people off to working with you, right?
Got you.
Like, you want to have the confidence and the stamina and the endurance but a little bit of that cockiness like Jordan had, Kobe had. That's the edge that we're talking about. Okay. And I do think Mamba mentality is a bit of an importance to have as well.
I got you.
Now, some people think you need to be a shark, and you got to be that what is it in a barrel crab?
Crabs in a bucket.
Like, you got to be the shark, right? You can. It depends what business you're in. And how much edge you need to bring to it. But I always say, man, like, kindness and openness and a willingness to collaborate is always going to overpower the self-reliant.
I like that
way of going into things.
Love that. All right, so motivation or money? Do you need
both? You need both. Now, motivation goes away.
Okay, it do.
But stacking your money is more important. I mean, like, you still need both of those.
Okay.
But if I had to choose one, money all day.
Okay, I got you.
But you got to have, I mean, motivation is a great tool. But again, what do you do when you're not motivated? Because you're going to have those days. You're going to get COVID-19, and then you're going to be sitting at home. And then when you like, when you're coming out of it, you're healing, and it's like, okay, now I got to go to work. I don't feel like
Yep.
That's going to be a day where you've got no motivation.
Yes.
But bills need to be paid. This is where discipline comes in, right? I must get up and I must go do these things. Otherwise, I don't eat.
You just said it. So, desire or discipline? Do you need both or one?
Desire or both. Well, you need both, because desire, you got to be a little bit hungry.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean?
I got
you. To desire and discipline?
Yes.
But so you got to be a little bit hungry, but you got to always be disciplined.
Okay.
Discipline is there's no negotiation.
I got you.
You must have discipline always. Like, that is the thing. And it's discipline around the little things you do, the big things you do. Just discipline is vital.
I love it.
But discipline, add another layer, consistency.
Ooh, yes.
You need discipline and consistency to continuously build. Because that's what it is. You are constantly playing with Legos, man. Every single day is like, what part of the Lego thing am I building today?
So do you need consistency or collaboration?
Both. You need both. You need consistency. You need consistent collaboration.
Come on.
Yeah, like the more you open up your doors to other people, man, you just never know what you're going to learn. You never know what you're going to get. And consistently reaching out. And this world is there are 6 billion humans on this planet.
Yes.
That's 6 billion opportunities. If you could even do it in a lifetime,
man, you can't,
to build all different types of bridges and relationships, and who knows what could come.
Because somebody asked me, it's like, hey, how many more guests you gonna have? I had 100 this year. I said, I'm gonna keep coming. They never run out.
It's 6 billion people. I would ask everybody.
The conversation with people I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think people need to understand that mindset. So conversation or content?
Ooh, well, for podcasts you need both, but content, depending on what it is you're building, content is going to probably be more important because if you got a particular brand, you have something to say, something to sell.
That's true. Conversation
around it is not going to be it's not going to be as powerful as content, because content reaches more people than conversation. It's growing that way. We have podcasts, we have all these other things. But let's just say you're selling music to the teen market, right? Of course. They're not going to listen to conversation as much as they're going to watch a piece of content. And if you develop content tailored to what they already like, put the medicine in the dog food, right? This is what they're watching. This is what they eat.
That's it.
Let's make it.
That's it. And I think it comes with understanding I have a thing I say, marketing, all right. No. So there's a quote I always say. I say, content is king, marketing is queen, and she runs the household. But I also say that what plays are you running? And what bars are you dropping?
There you go.
Let me explain what the plays is. The plays you run is what your marketing look like every day. The bars you dropping is what's your content every day. The thing is, we don't remember songs, we remember bars.
That's right.
So we hear a song, we like, oh, I got a little words, but you don't know the whole song though.
That's right.
So when people remember you, when people, I didn't been places, people say, hey, you, why now is your time? I'm like, bro, my name Lloyd, bro. No, oh yeah, what's up? Yep. They know me by the brand, not my name. And I say, okay, now we own something, because when I say Subway, what that mean to you? What that slogan?
What, the sandwiches?
Eat fresh.
That's right.
I say I'm loving it.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Okay. Yep. So we know brands and names by slogan, words, and colors.
That's right. Yeah. And that is a powerful aspect. Marketing is everything, literally. And your elevator speech and your bars, jingles, man. That's the thing that I was working on. I had an audio production company. That's what we did. We made the music for jingles and stuff. And there's a way to hook people in. And once I got you on the line. You coming all the way.
That's good.
But
that's good.
This is content is king.
Yes, content is king. You know what I'm saying? Marketing is queen. She run the household.
That's right. I like
that.
All right.
So all right. Hunger or humbleness?
Well, you need both. I'm double for all this stuff, man, because you need so many things. But
you do.
Being hungry is let's talk about actual hunger, right? Most of us, we eat every day, we satiated. We don't know what it's like to actually be hungry. But if you go fast for 7 days or you don't eat, for a couple of weeks, you're going to have a different type of intensity around looking for food. You're going to hunt. You're going to hunt.
That's true.
And you need that as an entrepreneur, because how are you going to get prospects? How are you going to get clients? You need to hunt. And I got a lot of people that they think they want this business and stuff, but they don't have the hunger to go get the clientele.
It's different.
They want to pay somebody to do it. And outsourcing is good, but you also have to have a hunger and belief behind what you do to get people to even buy into what it is you got going on.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
Because outsourcing is good for building up a lot of stuff, but when you outsource, them people not passionate about what you do. They just getting their check.
That's it.
You have to be the top of the pyramid.
Yes.
Passionate. Yes. For whatever it is you're pushing. That's a vital aspect.
So do you need to know your purpose, or do you need to be passionate?
Ooh. I think out of those two, purpose is more important because passion can get you into trouble.
Okay.
I can sit here and be passionate all day. It's good to have passion, right? But if you don't have a purpose behind your passion,
that's true.
What are you doing?
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I can sit up here and talk all day about my favorite TV show, but it's not going to do anything
That's
for
true.
you if I can't tell you the purpose or the reason why I like it, right?
I like that.
So that is, I think your reason why your purpose is way more important than passion.
Man. Sure. So there's another. I got another game I call the acronym game.
Let's go. I like games.
I tell you the acronym. I tell you the word. Tell you the acronym. You tell me what it means to you.
All right, cool.
First one, money. Acronym.
Acronym of money?
Acronym of money. I got it. You ready?
Go for it.
Momentarily owned, not externally yours. Ooh. What do that mean to you?
Momentarily owned.
Not externally yours.
Not externally. Man, that's a lot, but I like that. Momentarily owned,
not externally yours.
Well, I like that. I like that. Well, what it means is what I'm getting out of that is everything is temporary.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't own anything outside yourself.
That's it.
And so if you come in at things with that, this means you're coming from a place of connected to everything, but attached to nothing.
Yes.
And that's another thing because it's like now you're not afraid to fail.
Come on, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
The next one is DNA. Ooh. Acronym. The D stands for your design. Mm-hmm. The N is to notice. Mm-hmm. And the A is your assignment.
Design, notice, assignment. Design, notice, assignment. Well, first,
everybody got their own DNA too.
Whatever your business plan is, you have to know what it is. That's the design.
Okay.
And then the N is notice. You have to have the self-awareness to execute.
Yes.
And then the A, what did you say?
Assignment. You got to get on that assignment.
Yeah, man. What are your daily tasks to continuously build? What's the assignment for today? What do I got to get done? What do I have to do as soon as I open my eyes to the time I close my eyes? What are the things that I'm doing to build this thing?
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
The next one is pour.
P-O-O-R?
Yes. Passing over opportunity repeatedly. What do that mean to you?
Passing over opportunity repeatedly. That means you don't have the awareness to attune yourself into where opportunities are coming to where you can maximize, or build a strategy to get flow coming to you. Because at the end of the day, this is all energy, right?
It's all it is.
It's all energy. And so you just become the master of I am composing this world to pull in energy, money to me, right? Okay. So I'm going to conduct these tasks and all that stuff to bring it into me like that. So if you're passing over opportunities repeatedly, it means that you don't have enough awareness to play this game. Ooh, don't even try it because that's just what it is. You cannot try to be an entrepreneur and not have awareness.
That's good. Yep. Next one is hope.
Okay.
HOPE. Help other people excel.
That's the other side of what I'm talking. That's what I do. I'm a coach.
Yes.
And coaching is literally it's a service. It's like how can I empower you and without imposing my belief system onto you.
I love that.
Because if I'm really being a service to your empowerment, then I'm empowering you and how you see the world and how you talk about the world, not how I talk about it, not how I see it. So the only way I can do that is listening to you, listen to how you talk, and when I catch you say a thing that tears yourself down or is deprecating, say, hey, maybe it's not that. Don't beat yourself up. Let's talk about it this way. Let's get constructive. If you play sports, you know what's up. We've all had that coach that made us into a greater athlete, man. And we are at the debt to that guy to this day. Yes. Because that's not how I run my business. Literally.
That's good though. That's the right thing. Denial.
All right.
Don't even notice I am lying.
Now this is a really, really deep space because
it is.
Because rigorous honesty is the basis of your success. If you cannot be honest with yourself and with other people, you will not succeed.
That's true.
Your honesty is vital, and I say vital a lot because this is literally the vital ingredients to success.
Yes.
Like this is the recipe. if you don't have rigorous honesty with yourself, it has to start with yourself. The stuff that you say to yourself, I could tell myself all day, like I'm the ish, and I'm worth $1 million. But then if I'm like, you know, going and fighting with my girlfriend at 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, baby, please, baby, please, baby, please, you know what I mean? I don't feel like $1 million.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've been lying to myself. I'm playing a game because it's like I want to appear to the world as a millionaire, but I don't really believe it, and I'm lying to myself. Right? There's a difference between being conspicuous and actually having faith and real hope.
That's true.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Man, why? WHY.
Okay.
What's hurting you?
Well, that is another. We're getting into my work here. This is it. This is like what I do.
Because what's hurting you, fuel you.
So when you have a relationship to your traumas and the things that hold you back from wanting to connect with others, right?
Yes.
You get into paralysis. You can't move when you're sitting here victimizing yourself from something, and it could be that you don't pay attention to your finances, you don't budget.
That's good.
That's what's hurting you, and you might not be paying attention to that, thinking like that's not bothering me. But if you spending all your money to go buy a quarter pounder with cheese every Friday, right? And that totals up to $50 that you could be putting into some subscription service that's going to help your business.
Talk about it.
That's what's hurting you. And that's another thing is you don't know what you don't know. This is why you need to hire coaches and life strategists and different people like that, counselors, therapists, to kind of start to get an awareness around the things you're not aware of. That you're not aware. You have blind spots. Every single person that is chasing something has a blind spot. There's no person that is building business that doesn't have a blind spot.
That's good.
And to have... this is where the cockiness will get you in trouble. That's why I want to get away from the cockiness. But cockiness will get you into trouble thinking that you don't have blind spots and that you don't need to help. You don't need to hire somebody to help you see those blind spots.
Man, that's good, man. And I try to tell people, man, and the reason why I play the games because it allows people to think about like the correct tools, how they, you know what I'm saying? And am I in the right spot? Where,
that's good, man. That's great interview tactics. I like that. I was like, man, thank you. Give me more. I'll eat that up all day.
All day.
Yeah.
So if you can go back and talk to your 13-year-old self and you tell him what to do, what would you tell him that your life look different right now?
What would I tell him to do at 13?
That your life look different today.
I would tell him to slow down and listen more.
Okay.
To really pay attention to what people are trying to tell, like take to heart the things that people are trying to tell me, especially older folks. To really listen to people that are experienced and to watch people's faces. The people that have pleasant emotions on their face on a consistent basis are the people you want to watch and listen to and surround yourself by, because that's going to trailblaze your way through life. Because when you see an old person with a smile on their face, they're special, right? How did you get to 60, 70 years old and you ain't mad at the world? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I would say to my 13-year-old self to pay attention to that and to cherish those types of people, because they're going to give you gems. And if they got a smile on their face, chances are they're selfless enough to give that wisdom to you too.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the mistakes you have learned over the last 10 years so that the next 10 years your life look different?
Don't change for people.
That's good.
Don't change for people. I'm a notorious lover. I fall in love and then I get into that relationship and baby. I'm trying to do everything for you. The reason I do all this is for you. And
come on.
And then what happens is you lose your identity and your purpose.
That's good.
Because you are now living for someone else for acceptance. So I guess another layer to that would be, don't seek external validation.
Okay.
Literally, external validation, it's good for the moment. It's like a drug hit, right? It's like, oh man, I just got a taste of that good stuff, right? Man, somebody gave me a compliment today. That's amazing. But if you can't self-generate that, you got work to do. Self-generated validation is always going to be better than external validation, because it's going to keep you consistent.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times people, I really, when I talk to a lot of people. So I have I have a lot of clients. I have a lot of people I meet. I'm at seminars. I'm meeting people. I like to get into the people's mind. Like, what are they doing? How are they thinking?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's the next greatest thing we see on social media?
Yep.
I'll be looking. I'll be like, okay, man. I'm a big advocate of looking at content.
Yeah.
I look at content and be like, how did they make that video? Why these last 20 people reels look the same?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what app are they using?
That's right.
And so I'm really diving into it. So when I work with people, I try to make their work look different than what's out there. I try to personalize it to them, their colors, their everything. Everybody want to follow the Alex emoji.
Yeah, exactly. Those methodologies.
Yes.
You know what I'm gonna say about that? That's like really cool is you have to be asking questions.
Yes.
If you're not asking questions, especially about what else is out there, if you don't have an idea of what other brands, what other companies that are like yours, what they are doing, right? You're not playing the competitor game. You got to kind of you got to step into that realm a little bit and spread out your feathers. You got to ask questions. You got to remain curious. You have to, and you have to have like an engineer's mind. Like, how did they do that? And then you have to like build it up in your mind, but then also break it down.
Yes.
You should be in a space of engineering, especially when you're building a business at all times. How do I build that? How do I break that down?
That's true.
And then thinking in systems that you can implement to have an automation behind that process that speeds it up.
Man.
With quality.
That's the key.
You can't ever sacrifice quality.
Never. I tell people, I meet business people, or I will meet people that's entrepreneurs. I'm like, you say you're an entrepreneur, but I don't even see a website.
Yeah.
So that means you are renting yourself on social media.
Yeah.
So basically I tell people all the time, get your .com name because that's your home on the web.
You must have that.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it just solidifies the business too.
Yes.
This is my home address. Meet me here.
That's it.
Period.
That's it.
You know?
And I just think this new age entrepreneur that they just want to use. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm like, bro, that ain't gonna work too long.
Well, my thing is like, what happens if they pull the plug on it tomorrow? What you gonna do? You got 1 million followers on Instagram, and then the whole thing breaks down. Now, the likeliness of that happening is maybe slim to none, but you're still giving all the power to an entity that you don't have control over. If you buy your website, I own this.
I own it, and it allows me to get that data. Get them dollars. So email addresses.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Text messages.
I ain't renting, I own a lot.
Yes, that's it.
It's you own internet real estate.
Ooh.
When you buy a .com then you build on that. It don't matter what it looked like. It shows that you're serious. I own land in the interweb. And if what happens is if those sites go down or when their servers blah, 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 my site's up.
Up, ready to roll. And I got an audience of people I can drip on.
There's always a place.
Since there's nothing to watch right now, why I just created a video. Please go check it out.
Yeah. Go to my.com.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a double fold though. Entrepreneurship life. So what direction you aim? I see you said actor earlier. I see you doing audio. For engineering, where you at going next?
All those skills is to embody a life that empowers other people.
Okay.
So coaching. For me, it's coaching. Now, if somebody wants me to be in their movie or whatever, great. My thing is as long as it's aligned with narratives that help build empathy.
I love it.
And more human connection.
I love it.
I'm a part of it. All I want to do is see everybody be their best self and move people to be better people. That's it. So if I'm acting, I'm choosing roles that have something to do with humanity.
I got you.
Right? That's everything that I'm doing is on that tip. I mean, again, I'm focused on life coaching. I do like on the side right now, I got an LLC and I do contracting.
Come on.
Right? I'm learning how to build houses because I want to build houses in schools and communities around the world.
I love it.
So those are things that are important to me. I'm always consistently saying, how can I help? How can I do stuff to be in service to the world? That's it.
And I like to talk about the 3 I's: impact, income, and inspiration.
Yeah.
When you can tie those 3 things in, and people can remember the movement you make, because I tell people two things. Do you have a vision board?
Yeah.
Do you have a vision environment?
That's interesting. Well, can you explain that? Because I think I do, but let's talk about it.
So the vision board right here,
Yep,
it has everything you're trying to achieve.
correct.
There's another board next to it. It's your face in the middle of it. And it's 5 people you need to be connected to all year. You put them around there, and then these 5 people are going to help you complete the vision board.
That's very good, and that's very. So a lot of that is internal for me.
Yes,
I haven't actually built that out.
Oh yes,
but a lot of my life has already been doing that.
Yeah,
but I know exactly what you're saying. You are a summation of the 5 people you put around you. You literally are. And so if you're hanging out with people who talk about it but not being about it, or they got pennies in the bank or whatever. Now I don't want to get into the space of comparison.
No,
right? but mindset and achievement does matter when you are trying to build. And if the 5 people around you are people that have not achieved what you want, you need to get them out. Period. You need to be around people that push you to be better, and that have the things that you want. Whether it be communication skills, whether it be finances, blah, 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 blah. You said impact, income, and inspiration. First off, your spirit, your inspiration, that is vital. Whatever that's a higher power or God or whatever that is for you, you must have it. And income, man, some people run from money and all this other stuff. Man, money is just a tool that amplifies what is going on in your heart. And the more that you have, the more freedom you have to do more of the things that you want to accomplish. So that is vital as well. Simple. And then you said it was income, inspiration was the other one?
Impact. And making an impact on people's lives.
You can't impact if you don't have the money. You can't impact if you don't have the inspiration.
Come on.
Period. Because who wants to be impacted by somebody with no in spirit? You don't have.
I get criticized because I tell people, if you got a 9 to 5, I don't want your advice.
Yeah.
And so people's like, I'm like, listen, what I'm telling you, if I'm on the verge to make $100,000 a month, how can I be talking to you when you barely making $60,000 a year? Yeah.
Now, okay. So this case by case, if somebody has a 9 to 5, but they got passive income.
No, that's different. I'm talking about
just straight up. They don't
just trying to.
They go through the motions.
I notice people be trying to give you advice.
Oh yeah,
about business and never been in business.
Bruh, that is annoying.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's annoying. Yeah, if you've only worked 9 to 5 and you haven't stretched your wings, don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not to say
I got you.
Having a job is bad. I'm saying like,
yeah.
Those people is like, well, you should do this and that. It's like,
well, the funny thing about, I'm sorry to talk over you, man, because this gets me riled up, because this is like. The critics always have something to say.
Always.
Because the people that are going to help you grow in life, they're going to talk about ideas. They're going to talk about the future. They're going to be talking about things that haven't happened yet. People that want to change you or think they know better, they're going to talk about the past, or they're going to criticize. And that neither of those things are constructive. That does not add a brick to my foundational work. I'm out.
Period.
I'm good.
And so
I'm looking for bricklayers.
I have this thing I call it the plug theory.
Okay.
So imagine every 15 minutes you got to walk around with a plug. And God said, if you don't plug up to something in 15 minutes, you're gonna die. You're gonna die in a minute. So if you doing something that's not resourceful, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So everything, that friend calling my phone, he about to talk, I ain't gonna answer. He about to talk negative. I don't want to be plugged into that. So it's very important you plug into on a daily basis, because it gets you the results. I tell people this: if somebody said if I give you a vision and you say, man, I can see that, it's not a vision.
That's right. Yeah.
The vision is when they don't see it.
That's correct.
You know what I'm saying? When they don't see it, it's the vision that God has for you.
Yeah.
If you already see where I'm going, it's not a vision.
Well, yeah. I mean, people will try to speak in generalities to be like try to match your energy, but like they don't know. They don't know.
They don't know.
But yeah, I like where you're at with that. And honestly, yeah, what you plug into, again, That is vital. Frequency, your frequency, man. If I get into that whole thing,
that's a whole nother level.
You are literally a magnet and a radio receiver, and what you tune to, whatever radio station you decide to check into, radio positivity. That is you, right? Or radio negativity. If you want that, then hey, bye bye to your business, because that stuff don't work. You must plug into good sources.
All right, so disappoint. I'm gonna throw you the alley hoop. Oh, is there any questions you want to ask me?
Man, I mean, first off, I am just like literally overfloored with all of the like just man, how you do things here. In terms of like you, I guess I'm curious to know, like, you know, in your overall journey and all of the people that you've met, what has been most inspirational for you?
Man, just to see my clients that came to me with an ideal. And within 7 days, man, I made 20,000. Man, I made 50,000. Thank you for helping me set up my website, giving me the correct tools, giving me that one-stop shop. I only work with 3 types of people: coaches, consultants, and course creators. That's only I work with.
That's awesome.
If somebody come to me and say, man, I want to get a website built, I don't really want to mess with them.
Right, that makes sense.
That's just not for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I only want to focus on, and I built this studio for it to be multifaceted for multiple things and not just podcasting.
No, I saw it. I can see it, man. Man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's I built it for people to just really see, like, man, I get so many clients. The guy you seen today, he a multimillionaire. Yeah. I get so many clients, but
he looked like it.
They need help. They need help to
man.
What I have, they need that kind of help.
Coaches need coaches, doctors need doctors, lawyers need lawyers. I mean, you'd be very surprised, man. There is a market for you know, just about any type of person that's out there. And but the coaching world is a very
man, come on.
It's a rapidly growing world.
It's rapidly growing.
But the funny thing is it's an infinite loop, because the coach needs to coach, that coach needs to coach, and the coach after that coach needs to coach.
So this is why I continue to build my intellectual property.
Yes, IP is everything.
The only reason I go to conference after conference and seminar after seminar, because I keep what's next in the course creator world. What's next in the setting up your website to the one funnel? What's next into getting to that world? So I stay on the gas with that. I'm on the gas.
No, I see that, and that was one of the things that inspired me a lot when I looked at all of your stuff, and I was like, oh, this guy knows some stuff. I'm gonna learn something from. I
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, this platform is amazing.
Man, I appreciate it. Any more questions?
Man, I at the top of my mind right now, so many. But nah, man, I can't keep pushing, because I'll keep you here all day.
Nah, man, because I just think the most important thing, and I tell people this: if you die today, do you feel like you did enough work that you satisfied for?
Me personally, no. However, I would still die knowing that I was at least trying. If that makes sense. But like I don't feel like my work is done. I got a lot more to do, but I could die satisfied. Like I'm content.
And the reason why I say that, because if I die today, I'm good. I didn't wrote my book. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I didn't impact a lot of people's lives. I'm good, guy. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Get me out of here.
So, but I'm saying at the end of the day, and the reason why I ask this question, because I think people really waste a lot of time and don't take a lot of action.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's like, if you have that course, that book, that, man, get that stuff done, because one thing we can't stop is time.
That's 1,010%. And that's the thing is, like, I'm stepping into this journey of coaching and all of that right now. And the thing is the best part about it is I don't have to have it all figured out now.
No.
But I can consistently build on side of it. And right now, what coaching has been affording me is deeper productivity, deeper relationships, and more awareness around the importance of that. And so that's why I say I'm content, because I'm in the zone.
Yes.
And like every day I'm dropping gems, and if I die tomorrow, at least I dropped a gem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I haven't left behind a legacy or anything like that, but I don't think it's necessarily about that. I feel like the people that I've come into contact with and the people that I've empowered will carry that on. Yeah. And I could live with that.
And I call it connecting souls.
That's right.
So we having a podcast gala coming up in 18 days. So the people in the room, I didn't help them so much, bro. A lot of those people, most of them, they've been on my podcast, or me and my wife got a podcast. You know what I'm saying? This is Why Now's Your Time. We have a podcast called One Marriage, Two Hustlers.
I like that.
So, you know,
I like everything y'all doing, man. I'm tuned in. I'm like,
so, you know, I just tell people every day, man, get locked in on your dreams and your goals, because it's worth the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So you got a tombstone this big.
Yep.
You could put 3 things in there. 3 things.
3 things.
We're gonna bury it. You about to die. We're gonna bury it and pull it out the ground 1,000 years later. What 3 things you want to be in there so the world can remember you by?
Love yourself and others.
Okay. So a letter. It gotta be physical.
What's that?
It gotta be physical.
What is that?
No, in the tombstone, in the
tombstone,
it has to be physical. You have to put it in there, so when we dig it out, we can be able to read it, look at it, watch it. We don't know. Just
copy that. All right, yeah. For me, I would leave the phrase like, you know,
the letter,
love yourself and love others.
Quotes,
quotes. A quote. Yeah, love yourself and love others, and always find a way to do God's work.
That's good.
That's it. I just live by those principles.
Man, and I think that's the correct mindset. So if I ask you about the pillar of your business, your coaching business, like give me 3 pillars.
3 pillars, as in the foundation of it?
Yes.
Self-awareness.
Okay.
Self-awareness is one of the biggest things.
Okay.
And between that, also auditing. You must always have an inventory of what you're doing.
Of course.
And then also accountability.
Okay.
And those 3 pillars are the beginning foundations of where I start any of my business with anybody, not just with myself, and then also with my clients. It's like we're gonna start here.
So what's the quote for your clients that you have for them? Like my quote, my 3 things is life, brand, legacy. So I tell people, design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, but most importantly, leave your legacy with your own information and products. What's your
my tagline, basically? Yeah. My tagline is attunement. And what I mean by that is attune to the things or the frequency of existence that you want, so that you can experience them. It's all attunement, and that is the name of my company. It's called Attuned Wellness. But attunement is basically get your frequency settings right. Let's dial in the radio station of the signals and the things you want to be receiving and emitting, and that is literally my tagline.
So now we're going into some stuff.
Yeah.
So now, do you create content around that creates conversation?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Content is king.
Yes.
So it's just, you should always be making content. You know, if it's you brushing your teeth, just make something. Because you know, like that's one thing that I've learned recently, because I've hid behind not making content for a long time. I've always, you know, as the actor side of me, I've always waited for the director to tell because it's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
But in today's world, it's about consistency. It is not about how perfect it is. If you are not putting out content versus every day there's a new podcast that dropped.
Come on.
Okay. And if you're not keeping up with that, you're gonna lose followers, because those followers are gonna go to where they're
jumping somewhere else.
They're getting their dopamine hit every single day. A new episode, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you're not keeping up with that schedule and you got inconsistencies, people will drop you fast, because in this world, people like instant gratification.
They do.
So if you promise them something and you don't show up, that's you.
And so that's why I tell people all the time, like, man, I have the what I call the 5x2. 2 podcasts, 5 reels.
That's actually good. Thank you. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna start using that.
So you want to drop that, because the reels, and then my verse is focused on entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And so it's just like, man, 7 reasons why you should be an entrepreneur. 7 reasons why I hate it.
Yeah.
3 reasons why, 3 lessons I learned. You know what I'm saying? I'm just dropping this content.
Yeah, lists are good.
Yes.
People like lists.
They love it.
They like bullet points.
They
It's
love
easy
it.
to digest and it's fast for reels because reels is very important.
And then I make my reels, the way I make them grainy.
Yeah, I like that. I watch yours. I was like, I like what he's doing. Yeah, so I'm learning from him literally, like in real time. So
I try to make them grainy, but I try to make them I just cut them. Yeah. Like every so many seconds, I try to cut them, and then sometimes I put myself upside down and come right back.
Yeah,
and just try to like
you make cool edits. Yeah,
yeah,
and transitions. Well, you got to keep it interesting too, right?
You do.
I mean, like, yeah. Again, don't be afraid of if you can't make it fancy.
Yeah,
just make the
content. Just make the content.
But also, if you go the extra mile, people appreciate production value always. So the better you can make it along the way is good too. But as long as you make it something, is better than nothing.
Yes.
Period.
And it's the mindset. And I want to tell people, man, like mindset. All right, so I'm you need to talk to that 18, 19, 20-year-old person. You're going to look at this camera right here.
We're right here.
All yes. Right. You need to tell this person why they should never give up and why building their brand or entrepreneurship is important to you.
To me or to them?
To them.
So, all right, what I'll say to an 18, 19-year-old, it's imperative that you yourself get attuned to the things that matter to you because your individuality is important and it impacts people. There's a audience or a world of people that need your voice and your personality and your energy to get them to do the next best thing or great thing for themselves. Every individual has something unique to attract. We always are going to attract a particular audience. There's no person that is not attractive in some form or fashion. So never be discouraged to put yourself out there to be the representative of all the younger kids that are younger than you that's going to look up to you because you're don't even focus on the people older than you. Focus on the generation underneath you and then try to empower them. And if you happen to get people from another generation above you, that's even better.
Come on.
But always be laying down a foundation for the youth because they are the ones that's going to support you and then carry you through and be with you to the very end. And so individuality is always unique and don't ever shy away from building a business because you think that you're not special.
Man, listen, I always tell people, man, keep watching me like you watch TV.
That's right.
Your mindset gonna change and your bank account will, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you coming on, man.
Man, I do too.
Good conversation, man. And man, look, I always tell my guests, I was like, man, if you ever need anything from me, you need to know what we're doing. Man, we always on the move, man.
I like that.
And my ear to the streets. So literally. I tell every 18-year-old, you ain't gonna outwork me.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? And I got more knowledge than you. So you better come on with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
bring your working hat.
Bring your working hat. And make sure you got your boots on because we going hard.
We steel toes, baby.
That's it.
Steel toes, man.
And man, listen, man, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Listen, I'm gonna leave all this information in the description. Y'all connect with him. I promise you, man, he dropped some gems today. He gave y'all guys some powerful information. And if you ain't did nothing, rewind the video. Go back and take notes. And I promise you it'll change your life, man. I thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.
Absolutely.